disability was inspired by my personal story.
Okay.
During the rebel war, I was stabbed with bayonet, if you can see, from here,
Oh,
from this
okay.
point
Wow.
to
Wow.
here. During the rebel war, I was stabbed with bayonet 3 times. While we were staying in the bush, my hand, I got very sick. My hand got rotten from this point to this point.
Oh.
Dr. Mark removed all of my flesh while we were in Matujon Hospital. I stayed in hospital in one bed for complete 4.5 years. And
Wow.
the rebel attacked Matujon Hospital. Then we went also into the bush. And we were in the bush. My mother found her way to Freetown. We came, Dr. Mark transferred us to Connaught to Dr. Boema. So I was also in Connaught Hospital for another 4 years again.
Wow.
Not in and out, in one bed, ward 1. So during that time when I was also in Connaught Hospital, condition gets worse. Doctor signed off my file and say, we cannot able to do anything again towards this guy, but let us just allow God to take his life now. There was some point in my life when doctor closed my chart and said he's dead. The woman then left the ward to go to the mortuary to bring the stretcher to take me to the mortuary. Before the guy came back, I was back. I don't know how it happened, but I know it was God. During all of those periods, big debates, this boy is too small to be at this thing. Let us cut off his hand. Like I'll show you. From here to here.
Wow.
Everything. Where can the doctor we are debating, where can we cut his hand off? Because if they cut it here, what about all of these things? It's on my bone. And they cannot able to remove all of these things off. So I was in the theater debate, was there. Then they bring another person that his condition was more worse. They say, okay, let's take him back to the ward. So that saved that moment, you know, because two things flow in my mind during that period. Because they think that I was so small and I cannot able to bear the pain, they should have done something. They say, okay, you don't survive the operation or you don't die. You understand? So I was back in ward 1. During that period, rebel attack also Freetown. They were moved out of the hospital. But during that period, because of there was no flesh, and the hand cannot able to build flesh on itself, they start to cut part of my body to build the flesh again.
Okay. Wow.
It was difficult for me. Up to this point, I've always set my eyes on my father, I think not more than 20 times. It doesn't mean that we lost track of each other. But he's abandoned me when I was 8 months old. Why? Because of some dispute between my mom and my dad. So never sure. My mom was the only woman, you know, with 6 children. I'm number 3, brought up to this point. So we were attacked, the Connaught Hospital, came back home. My mother wanted to check for my sister and brother in the village. So you have to drop me also in John Bosco. So I stay in orphanage also for 2 years. It's difficult, those points. During those periods, my condition was the best opportunity for colleagues that I met in the orphanage. We should go to the street to beg. I said, no, I don't need to do that. No, go to the street and beg. I said, no. My mom bought me nice crepe that I so like, you know. Say, okay, since you say you are not going to bed today, this is the crepe we have to take. All they need to do just to hold this one hand, because they know this one cannot do anything. They remove the crepe from my face, go out and sell the crepe. And that was how I go back into community, stay with my aunt, you know. And during that period, a lot of transformation take place in my life. Like I said, 90% of people that help me, just like what Pastor was saying, it's people that I'm praying for on a daily basis to meet. But I haven't yet seen one. And I do remember when I was coming from school, when I was informed to in Prince of Way at Side Street, I was so hungry. I cannot able to walk from Side Street to Kiama Road, where I was staying with my aunt. I was sitting, a man walked by and said, what's wrong? I said, I'm hungry. He said, okay, go and buy food. But I'm not giving you this money for you only to eat today. I'm giving you, when you grow up enough, because I know, when you get big, mature, help other people. And thousands of people help me. But that's one man in that very day. I don't know if it was man or just somebody else from somewhere else. Spiritually, maybe it was Jesus. That changed my perception about life. That created the moment that if I don't have lunch, I only have 1,000. I cannot eat that 1,000. I can buy sweet, share it among my colleagues in school. Guess what? For that day, I will eat any kind of food I want to eat. Why? Because I'll give my friends sweets. So whenever they bought their lunch, they have to share also with me. So that changed my perception. Now, I have friends in orphanage. I've stayed in the hospital for a long period of time. So whenever I have 2 crep, I go to the orphanage, I drop one. Whenever I have 2, 3 clothes, I go to Connaught. So it started from my teenage age, start to do good, start to go back into community. My condition was still, like you see, I'm still living with the pain. But now I've matured enough to think that it's not more about me. Because 2 things happen in life. When you help enough people get what they want, you can get anything you want.
Yes, exactly.
And if you just keep on receiving, guess what? You will not be good enough to the people that's giving you. You know, it's all like that. So this giving to people, helping charitable organization, going to orphanage home, giving, like I can see you and share my story with you. Have sympathy for me. That because that is the best you can do. And you say, okay, John, let me help you with this. But when you are helping me, I'm going back to help other people. So it has reached out to some point where the burden has become big. I cannot able to take from my pocket now to give people. So a best friend advised me, John, this is now big more than you. You need to form an organization. I say now.